In Kenya, the luxury hotel in Nairobi, where 20 people were killed in an al-Shabaab attack, is reopening today, more than 7 months on. 6 of the hotel's staff were among those killed. The reopening comes at a time when the government has introduced sweeping changes in the security sector, including plans to arm security guards to deal with such threats. The BBC's Emmanuel Agunza has more on that story.
January 15, 2019, heavily armed gunmen storm a luxury hotel and office complex in Kenya's capital, Nairobi, throwing bombs at cars and shooting indiscriminately.
Let's move you a little further.
Are we safe here?
Hundreds of people scramble for safety. Others are trapped inside as security forces begin an operation to rescue civilians. But by the time the siege is ending 16 hours later, 21 people have been killed, many more injured. Months later, the atmosphere here is very different. It's celebrations as the hotel reopens its doors for the first time to the general public since the attack, following a symbolic flag-raising ceremony yesterday. This flag has been on a 6-country tour in honor of 6 hotel workers who died in the attack. The hotel itself is fully refurbished. Even bullet holes from the attack are no longer visible. Security has been enhanced here.
But nobody's actually even talking about what happened. It's people are saying, when are we going to open? When are we going to have the guests back? When are we going to take care of them? And that is the excitement behind it. Kenyans are resilient. We have overcome, and we can and we will not allow anybody to interfere with what we believe and what we are as a country.
But for some families of the victims, life has completely changed. Diana lost her husband in the attack. James Odur was a well-known football fan and pundit. He left behind 2 young children.
I kept thinking that they're kids and they'll forget. But I've come to realize even trying to make them forget is not healthy. We're just mourning together.
Like many other victims, Diana wants the government to do much more to improve the country's security.
They just need to find out where the loophole is and really make it tighter for al-Shabaab to come in.
Since the Dusit attack, the government has announced radical changes that will see private security firms get armed and work alongside police officers. But the move hasn't satisfied everyone, with some saying that it might be a greater security risk.
We are not going to get the normal security officer that we have had working in an office block and give him a weapon. No, we will have had to have trained perhaps a retired police officer. All we are doing is giving him additional skills in terms of the support that he requires to work in a private enterprise.
The Riverside complex attack in Nairobi joined a growing list of attacks carried out by militants on Kenyan soil. The government hopes that much empowered and trained security guards could act as a deterrent for such attacks happening again. Emmanuel Agunza, BBC News, Nairobi.